everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're not going to let them outcompete us. So you're probably saying, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I'm going to show y'all. So this is Wilson Alexander's ex. He is a writer for The Advocate in Baton Rouge, and he tweeted yesterday, Louisiana will become the latest state to introduce a bill exempting NIL money from state income tax. The Advocate has learned. Its sponsor, Dixon McMakin, is the state representative, said, we're not going to let them outcompete us. That's where I got that from. LSU and other schools contacted him about the idea. Now, I looked up who those other schools was. It was LSU, it was McNeese, it was like UL Lafayette, and a few other schools, right? It was pretty much all of the schools in Louisiana. And so, obviously, we saw this offseason the collective or the initiative that Brian Kelly put forward to boost LSU's NIL collective, right? He donated like $1 million of his own money and a certain amount of money so he put $1 million of his own money, and then whatever money anyone else donated, it would be matched or something of that nature. Now, I donated $20. I'm not a big baller, but I donated what I could because I want to see LSU be competitive in that space and win another national championship before I am 50 years old. I'm 38 right now, so I hope. But let's go. So anyways, now you have the state representative saying he's going to introduce a bill that's going to possibly make it that any money that these student athletes make on NIL, they're going to be exempt from paying state tax. Now, is this going to make LSU competitive in the recruiting role? Yes. Is it a good thing? Yes. Is it a bad thing? Yes. Now, let me back up. It's a good thing. Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, who doesn't want to make more money, right? LSU has the best facilities, got a very wealthy history of putting players in the NFL. You can name them. And, LSU has some of the best facilities, right? Locker rooms, all of those things, right? And LSU does a really good job of marketing its players. Look at the marketing that they did for Jaden Daniels to win the Heisman. Look at the marketing that they did for Joe Burrow. They do a really good job of marketing and having their star players, helping their star players build a platform off the season. Off the field, which no doubtably helps them off the field in the NFL, right? And so LSU does a really good job of propping up their star players. Now they can go inside of a recruit's house and say, oh, by the way, not only can we do X, Y, and Z, but you're also not going to have to pay state taxes on your NIL money, right? So yes, that is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it's a slap in the face to the hardworking people of Louisiana, because you got men and women and couples working really hard, and they're getting taxed at a rate of over 4% state income tax rise, right? And here you go, you got an 18, 19, 20-year-old guy or girl coming in fresh out of high school or whatever, right? Their second year in college, or however you want to frame it, and they're making $1 million or close to $1 million, and they're not having to pay any state income tax on that money that they're earning, while you got these people who have been working 20, 30, 40 plus years busting their chops, and they're having to pay state income tax. So yes, that is a slap in the face to the hardworking people of Louisiana, and it's not very popular right now. The bill hasn't even passed, and if you go look at this guy's ex, right, that's his name, so y'all can see. If y'all go to his ex, right, you can see in the comments, the last time I checked, it was like 230 people, and they were not happy. No one was saying, I'm so happy for this to happen. And it hasn't even happened yet. And so you have to think that if it is passed, people are going to be pissed. Now, on the other hand, you got to ask yourself, well, if it passes and LSU starts to really, really get a bump in recruiting, right? They're landing studs. I'm talking about we land two number one consensus quarterbacks, right? One in the 2026 class and one in the 2027 class, right? Like we got studs all over the roster, right? Like Alabama used to have back in the day. Well, Alabama used to have 3 and 4 5 stars at every position, right? This is a depth chart full of 4 and 5 stars, right? Say that happens for LSU, and LSU starts winning at a very high level, right? Making deep playoff runs, um, winning national championships. Will that winning cause people to look the other way or not? They say winning, cures everything, but we have to see if that will be the case. But you know, you never know. You still never know with these kids because, again, like I said, LSU has some of the best facilities in the country. The campus is beautiful. A good history of putting players in the NFL and players being made stars from LSU. But you still see kids from Louisiana not even considering LSU, flipping their commitment from LSU, um, transferring from LSU, or just committing to places like Oregon and USC, way away from the state of Louisiana, right? And so you just never know what these kids are thinking, even if you potentially have a bill that says you're not going to be taxed on your earnings from NIL. These kids still might decide to go play football somewhere in Hawaii or something. So you just never know what these kids are thinking. But I'm curious to know what y'all think about this bill possibly being passed that will allow student athletes not to be taxed on their NIL earnings. Y'all let me know in the comments section whether or not you think it's a good thing, a bad thing, or you don't even care. You're just indifferent. And also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit that bell notification button to let YouTube know that you want to see the content that comes out from this channel. All righty. Until next time, go Tigers.